ringlets to their shoulders. In fact, this is November 1968, a popular dance hall hired for the night in the garrison town of Plymouth. The sergeants of the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders are entertaining the officers and their wives for the annual Balaclava Ball. Guest of honor, the commanding officer, Colonel Sandy Boswell, is piped to his table. No other infantry regiment in the British Army can claim Balaclava among its battle honors. They were the immortal Thin Red Line, the most celebrated action the British infantry have ever fought. Silence, please, for the regimental sergeant major.
I should like you now to just pause for a moment and think back 114 years to 1854, the stalwarts of the old 93rd Highlanders who made this ball possible. And as I plunge this dirk into this cake, I should like you to think of the way that they cut off the old Russian Imperial cavalry, the old 93rd. And I might add the icing is as tough as the Argyle.
But even while they celebrate their famous victory of a century ago, the Argylls stand on the edge of oblivion. This famous regiment is at last to be destroyed, not by the enemy, but in a way which it is almost harder to bear. They have been told that they are no longer needed. The government have ordered them to disband. Within 2 years, they may be gone forever. Serving soldiers must keep their mouths shut, but others need not. As soon as the announcement was made public, a great campaign to save the Argylls got underway. General Sir Gordon Macmillan, hereditary chief of the Clan Macmillan, the most distinguished living Argyll, came out of retirement and took his place once more at the head of his troops. The objective? A petition of 1 million signatures. A tiny group of elderly ex-officers gathered them in, like the names of a volunteer army prepared to march on Westminster. They had no experience of modern pressure groups, and even less of doing up parcels with scissors and tape. But in his younger days, General Macmillan won the MC 3 times over in the mud of Flanders before anyone could stop him. Meanwhile, the Argylls went off to Cyprus, feeling the southern sun on their backs, possibly for the last time. They have vivid memories of hunting Colonel Grievous in the mountains, when the main street of Nicosia was known as Murder Mile. All that remains now is a handover to the Welsh Guards, and one last exercise in those brown, familiar hills.
The next thing you'll be doing on this little exercise is that you will be flushing some terrorists who've been located in a hide in one of the caves just below the skyline up there. Now, you would normally do this by night, but for the practice, you'll be doing it in daylight first time round to see how it feels.
Ready? Okay, let's go.
Flushing terrorists from a cave, an ambush in the dense and swampy jungles of Borneo. These are some of the deadlier aspects of war that the Argylls have grown accustomed to. In Palestine, Cyprus, Borneo, and Aden, they have lived in daily contact with the booby trap, the sniper's bullet, the grenade in the night, all the sordid and petty incidents that confront the soldier when a great empire is in slow and painful retreat. Only 50 years ago, the Highland soldier still lived and fought in his kilt. If he had to cross a river, it floated up round his neck, and when it froze, it cut his knees as he ran. Experience has taught the Argylls on occasion to be as tough and vicious as their adversaries.
Stuart, Simpson, in there, clear that cave. Get these two guys up against the wall and get them searched. Braddock, you cover them. Sergeant Cole Mitchell, Braddock's covering you, okay?
More than once, traveling politicians have accused them of overdoing the rough stuff. They have never proved their point.
Can't get a move. He's got a friend. Get on with him. Yeah. Okay, leave it there. That's enough. Finish. Light up. Have a smoke. Have a puff. A blow. It's over. Okay. When you get back to camp, I'll buy you all the stims. Keep me up now.
Like the Roman legions before them, the Argylls are going home.